So, Dream just dropped a 90-minute response video to all of the drama he's been involved in over the past year, I'd say. There's so much covered in this video, and I'm gonna be honest, I thought it was a good video, genuinely, and that's a rare thing to say when discussing anything Dream has produced. Genuinely, I think he did a very good job, not only debunking a lot of the allegations made against him, but also talking about more broadly how easy it is to kind of cancel people on the internet with fake screenshots, fake DMs, etc. And we're gonna go into specific as to a lot of the things that he brought up in his video. But before anything, two things I gotta say. First of all, I was actually mentioned in this video very briefly. Okay, maybe mentioned is pushing it, but he actually used a clip from one of my videos talking about Dream. It was called Dream is a Freak, where I looked at a lot of the images and stuff he was posting on his Snapchat and how those images were just not doing him any favors, just a lot of weird selfies, weird angles. And he actually played this clip in his response video to show that he agrees with a lot of the selfies he was posting to be cringe, but he was sort of like taking a bunch of selfies and posting them onto his Snapchat story because that's how you make the most money on Snapchat.
Yes, I do post cringy stuff sometimes, and I'm not trying to say that I've never been cringy, or that you can't make fun of content that is intentionally cringy, but I've never posted anything that you could remotely say is a thirst trap, or inappropriate for my audience, because as you can see, in the context of all these other photos I've posted, it's not honest to single out one weird Snapchat out of context of the thousands I spam, and then say that I post creepy photos. But yeah, like one photo I posted was heavily spread as a thirst trap by parody accounts, and it's this. I'm supposed to be dead. It's definitely not a thirst trap, but it's not like I was sending it to somebody and being weird. I was just spamming photos on my public story.
Oh no, George Not Found is giving him the Schlopperson.
Oh no, oh no.
Like, yeah, it's goofy. It was not a thirst trap.
Whoa, that's crazy, Dream, but did you know? This video is brought to you by Scentbird. Now, there are three things I really pride myself in, okay? That is my shoe game, my graphic t-shirt game, and my scent game. So I was very excited when Scentbird reached out to sponsor me. Scentbird is a fragrance subscription that lets you choose a new designer fragrance every month for $17. Scentbird offers affordable and flexible subscription plans. You can also skip or cancel your subscription at any time, making it a hassle-free experience. Every month, you get to pick what you will receive, and there are no surprises. They have over 600 perfumes, colognes, and a lot of unisex options. They carry brands such as Gucci, Prada, and Versace, as well as indie labels like Skylar, Heretic, and Confessions of a Rebel. You can be sure that you're getting a premium scent every month. With each fragrance, you'll get a 30-day supply, so you can try out fragrances before committing to a full-size bottle. And those can cost over $150, and some of them are even $300 to $500. Now, Scentbird sent me three beautiful fragrances I want to share with you guys. So the first fragrance they sent me here is Joseph Abowed Ember. Now check out these bottles they come in. All right, let's smell it. Whew. This one's got apple, fresh citrus, incense, smoked sandalwood, and dark leather in it. All right, next one is Jardins de Misfa. I think that's how you say it. Also beautiful, beautiful. This one's low-key my favorite. Like, I love the way this one smells. Oh, it's like so sweet. Whew, whew. I'm wearing this one out, bro. This one has dates, roses, rose essence, almonds, and saffron. Don't even know what the hell that is. And the last one here, this is the Greenwood D Squared 2. All right, let's smell this one. That one's my favorite one. It's very chill. Anyway, thank you so much to Scentbird for sponsoring this video. And check out the links below. Use code Acheeto at checkout for 55% off your first month at Scentbird. Code Acheeto at checkout, or use my links. Thank you to Scentbird. So yeah, he goes on to say that it wasn't really thirst trap. He just takes a bunch of random pictures to fill his Snapchat story because that's how you make money.
Completely random order. While you watch, it's important to note that what you post on something like Snapchat is very different than something you'd post on Instagram or Twitter. Snapchat runs ads every 5 or 6 photos and encourages you to post upwards of 100 photos or videos a day to have the most growth and make the most money. They only last 24 hours like an Instagram story. So on Snapchat, you kind of just spam anything. So for me, it's silly filters, my cat, whatever food I'm eating that day. I get a haircut. Because of that, it's much easier to take one silly photo from Snapchat out of context and make it out to be something that it's not.
Which I think is actually a good argument. It's like sacrificing your dignity and posting cringe for money, which is actually kind of, like, he's literally saying like, yeah, these selfies are like the worst thing I've ever seen, but I got the bag and you guys gotta understand, like, that's what this was for. And I guess he just like found it to be worth it to get roasted for that. So hey, you know, power to him. Second thing is, yes, I am wearing a jacket indoors. Acheeto, take off your jacket. I said, babe, man's not hot. Nah, I did bring that out. That was straight from 2017 right there. Anyway, let's get into some of the other stuff. Now, first of all, credit where it's due, he talks about almost every single controversy he's been involved in over the past year, not the one that was maybe the most recent or the most popular or maybe the most egregious. He literally talks about everything, so I think anyone who would criticize him for not talking about something that maybe looked bad or something that was more recent, he literally does talk about, like, about everything, which I gotta say is pretty impressive. The only thing he doesn't really talk about is, like, the merch controversy where his plushie that he was selling was, like, $50-something, where it was, like, probably 2 cents to make the plushie, but that's not really something that is, like, the controversy is that it's expensive. Like, what is he gonna say? If you don't buy it if it's expensive? To be honest, that, I mean, while a controversy did take place there's not much for him to honestly say. But yeah, I think in terms of, like, most of the substantive controversy he's been involved in, he did cover, so gotta give him credit where it's due. Now, obviously, the thing that I was most interested in hearing Dream's response to was the several grooming allegations that have been made against him, because I have been seeing non-stop meme after meme of an AI Dream voice talking about grooming. I've even heard Dream Kanye covers where he's singing about grooming. It's insane.
And I always groom little kids. I've been lying straight through my teeth for way too long. I'm so gifted at finding the minors I like the most. Groom, I want you in my room, but only if you're 16, can't have you if you're 18. Groom.
Everywhere I go, I hear something about this guy grooming. You know, to be honest, I think that's part of the problem, is that it is so funny, some of these memes, that you could actually Trojan horse real allegations with memes. So, like, if someone says, like, oh, that guy's a groomer, and then a bunch of memes come out about him being a groomer, there's gonna be people who find the memes very funny, so they're gonna save the memes, like the memes, share the memes, and the memes are gonna get bigger, and more people are gonna find them funny, who don't really know about the seriousness of the allegation, but they just find the meme to be funny. And I feel like that actually subconsciously influences the common belief, like the popular narrative. Like, memes are genuinely propaganda. I have seen more memes talking about Dream grooming people than actual allegations made against Dream. I mean, that's just a fact. But he does actually go into multiple allegations that have been made against him, and I would say pretty confidently he debunks them. I'd say almost 100%. Like, if you still believe these allegations, I'd love to hear why. Like, after watching this video, I'd say you're done. Like, if you still believe this stuff and you're still actively using what he debunked in the video against him, you gotta go, buddy. Like, it's a straight YGGB moment. And honestly, if anything new were to come out, I would give it an honest review, an honest read. But as for now, anything that Dream, I think, has talked about is kind of a closed book at this point. Like, I don't know what else you could really say. I think what really hurt him was the perfect storm of the weird pictures he was posting on social media, where he's, like, has his eyes rolled to the back of his head, he's sticking his tongue out, he's putting the devil filter on, all these, like, weird, kind of thirst trap territory picture. The fact that he wasn't responding properly to any allegation that was being made against him, so it allowed for them to pile up over and over and over again and people to believe them. And the narrative where he cheated on his Minecraft speedrun, and therefore people who used to like him ended up thinking that he was a liar or untrustworthy. And, you know, you combine these three things, and then you mix in with him just being generally very cringe, like, look at his music career, his fan base, etc., and him calling his fan base kittens, stuff like this. It all kind of combined for a bit of a perfect storm, to where if you have people making now serious allegations against him, they'll look at any of the 4 or 5 things that I just listed and say, hey, that's not out of the realm of believability at all. I mean, look at this guy. Cheats on his Minecraft speedruns, posts these weird pictures on social media, calls his fan base kittens. I mean, hey, it's definitely possible. This guy's our prime suspect. But if you actually go in and look at the details of the situation, I think you need to do so without looking at the general cringe of the person doing so. And I'll be honest, it is very hard, unpopular, I'd say, on Twitter or whatever, where people have lost interest in defending Dream, to say, like, hey, like, this guy actually is innocent, like, he didn't really do anything wrong. But I go over to Twitter after his response has dropped, and you have people making posts like this. Things Dream didn't address in his video: his past as a Trump supporter, his history of anti-Semitism, his history of racism, his history of sexism. What Dream did address: him using Snapchat as an adult, gumball slapping him, moist critical, the speedrunning drama. Like, dude, shut the up. The video's already 90 minutes, and like, you seriously want him to spend an extra 20 minutes going through his like ideological development as a young man, like why he may have at one point supported Trump and how his politics have changed over time? What is the value of that? What value does that bring to any people's lives, knowing how Dream's political ideologies have changed throughout his life? Who cares? And the rest of these are so just like fake, dude. If we're keeping it a buck, like his history of quote-unquote racism is literally, there's like two things I can think of. One thing is when he like screamed while he was playing Minecraft and people claimed he was appropriating Native American war cries. Who actually cares? Genuinely. And the second thing is he posted an MLG edit back in 2018 or something, where in the edit he posted like a picture of a Klansman as like a meme. The horror. Wow, you definitely didn't prove that you're just a sensitive loser who can't look at YouTube videos without quivering when they see something offensive. Like, who cares? Who cares? Like, that's not even real. Like, if he was a groomer, that would be real. But him posting a picture in a video as a meme, like, that's not real. Like, I don't know what to tell you here, bro. We have this guy in the replies at least making sense, saying, "I'm sorry, when did someone's political compass take priority over the allegations of being a groomer? This just reeks of you being at most 16 years old. You didn't understand a single point nor watch the video with an open mind. Do better." What I find also to be like grossly ironic and super hypocritical is that these people who are hating on Dream now after his response, where he's like kind of cleared himself of any sort of guilt, they're like making up new things to be mad about, like, oh, his history of racism and sexism, like that needs to be addressed. It's like these people are also the ones who gave Gumball Watterson, the voice actor Nicholas Kansu, like a standing ovation after he called him slurs in the car. Like, Dream was literally called a in the car, and I thought that video was funny, but you can't like turn around and say like, oh, Dream needs to address all this stuff, like his past of racism, when you literally just congratulated a guy for just like destroying Dream and calling him slurs. Like, you can't act like you have a moral compass or you're virtuous or something when you just went and applauded a guy who went on like a drunken tirade against Dream. But I think this pattern of behavior can be explained pretty easily. So I've been on this channel calling Dream kind of cringe for 2 or so years because I think what he's been posting, what he's been doing on social media has been cringe. But I don't let that blind me from being able to see the truth and look at evidence when it comes to serious allegations like this. But I think a lot of the people who are now having trouble looking past the cringe are people who used to like him in 2020, maybe when they were 13, and now they've grown up, now they're 16, 3 years ago, they think their past was cringe, and in order to overcorrect for that, they need to literally think every single sentence that leaves Dream's mouth is cringe and worthy of ridicule, no matter how true it is, or regardless of the context that it's in. So even if it's in a very serious context where he's defending himself from allegations, they're still gonna find a way to call it cringe, not because it's actually cringe, but because they're trying to prove to themselves that they've changed and matured over time. Now, obviously, I'm just speculating. I have no, like, definitive way to prove this, but I just feel like I'm right on this. I just feel like at least some of what we're seeing is what I'm saying. It's like, for some people, when they have a cringe phase in their life and it's talked about in the current day, instead of just admitting that they had the cringe phase and laughing along with it, they want to like pretend that they never had it, or pretend that the idea that even having that phase to begin with is a ridiculous idea and so cringe. Like, no, that could never happen. You also have people saying, man, monetizing and advertising your merch under an apology video is not a good look. First of all, it was not an apology video, it was a response video. Second of all, I think this just pops up for everyone who has merch enabled by YouTube. It just shows up on all your videos, so I don't think that he even thought of that even being something that would be a problem. But I feel like this just further proves, like, did people even watch this? Like, just do it on 2x speed if you can't handle it. Like, put up some Subway Surfers gameplay on your phone while you're watching if you can't handle it. Like, I feel like this guy just didn't even watch it. He goes, oh, he monetized his apology video. Like, that's, like, half of what you just said is just straight up wrong. Like, you gotta go, buddy. That's another YGGB moment. Like, these have to be the people in school who didn't do the homework but still contribute to the dialogue in class like they know what they're talking about, but just end up sounding special needs in the process. Like, what are you doing? Just shut up. Like, you don't have to have an opinion on everything, you know? Like, you can just not have an opinion on the video that you didn't watch. But yeah, going back to the grooming stuff, I just want to say that if you didn't see the video, which I just realized that there's some of you who are watching this who like probably didn't even see the Dream video, there is like actually no proof at this point in time that Dream sexted anyone, so he just straight up debunks that. I think it'll be interesting to see what he does next after this. Like, he dropped a 90-minute video responding to all of this drama, and now it's sort of like he's in this position where is he gonna just go back to business as usual, making Minecraft content? Because at this point in time, it's been so long since he's made a Minecraft video. Like, there was that weird moment of time after he face revealed, and then he undid the face reveal, and then just like there's more drama with him on Twitter, and then there's the gumball thing, and now he makes this response video. Like, where are we going with this? It's just weird because his channel just is not growing, and I guess it's fine. When you have 30 million subs, you don't need to be growing constantly. A matter of fact, you could stay at 30 million subs for the rest of your career, and that would be a successful career. But I just don't see, like, why he won't go back to making the videos that made him famous to begin with. Like, that just seems like the smartest thing to do at this point. But yet again, he's far more successful than me, so I don't know if I should be giving him advice. I mean, my advice is just make videos, bro. Like, I don't think it's that crazy to say as a YouTuber, you should be doing YouTube. You should be making videos. But yeah, that's about it for me. By the way, thank you, Scentbird, for sponsoring this video, and thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys later.